Hey, how you doing, everyone? This is Nerissa Malloy, your business development coach. And I'll be chatting real quick today about are you operating in excellence or overwhelm? So if you're catching this live, make sure you hit me up with some likes. And if you're catching the replay, comment replay below. So are you operating in excellence or overwhelm? This is for my women CEO, my women entrepreneurs, my brick and mortar business owners, my mobile business owners, nursepreneurs, practice owners, you name it, service providers. If you're building a business, are you operating in overwhelm or excellence? Share this broadcast with any women entrepreneurs you know. And of course, let's kick off. This is Gratitude Week. We are heading into Thanksgiving, and it is a rough time for a lot of folks, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, including myself. But here's the thing, this week is the time to really dig in and think about the things that you are grateful for. That's why I always love to take some time, schedule my devotionals in my Bible app. All around Thanksgiving and gratitude and giving. So, if you're having a hard time during this season or if you're going through some things, I think that's the best thing to do is to grab a devotional, something that you can just help you to bring your mind back into things that you are grateful for. And if you're a woman in business and if you may be feeling overwhelmed, burdened, exhausted by your business right now because it's growing, which is a great thing, you're grateful for that. However, you feel like my business is running me, then you really need to really tune into this broadcast. Let's talk about operating in excellence versus overwhelm. So, listen, operating in overwhelm, the issue is when you are a CEO and you're managing your business and you're doing a lot of things, you're wearing many hats. You may have contractors, you may not, you may have employees, you may not, or you may be feeling like, you know what, I can do this all by myself, or I prefer to because the time it takes for me to train somebody, teach somebody, is going to take too much. But here's the thing, all that does is leave the burden on you as a CEO. And what happens is that it prevents you from operating at your best. It prevents you from having the energy, the innovation, the creativity to even go out and network, do things to promote your business, pour back into your clients because you can't pour from an empty cup. There's no way that you can serve at your best and serve and provide excellence when you are exhausted in between clients, when you are tired and burnt out and you feel like, you know what, I can't even take a break from my business. So it's great that you have this flourishing business, but you don't want to fall out of love with your business. And that's what happens if you keep operating in this overwhelm. You'll eventually burn yourself out and feel like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, or should I still be doing this? Because what you envision for yourself and your business, the freedom, the flexibility, the finances, you're not seeing that. And although a lot of people say that you got to grind, hustle, 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 you know what, I have unsubscribed from that, and I'm working with my clients to unsubscribe from that, and I'm letting you know that you can unsubscribe from that as well. Don't get me wrong, there is a season, there is going to be a season of sacrifice where you have to go all in, or you don't have to be up some late hours, you're planning something, you're working on different things. But to do that on an everyday basis in your business is not normal. It's not acceptable. It's not realistic. And to be honest, that's not the reason you started your business. Not for you to be burnt out and overwhelmed in your business, right? And that's why a lot of people have decided to, you know what, pivot and go back to full time employment. And I'm not knocking you guys either. Everyone has to know their capacity. But if you're really about building a kingdom business and creating that impact and providing solutions and building that generational wealth, that legacies, things to pass down to your family, you really have to think about how are you operating your business on a day-to-day basis. What are some things that I really need to delegate? What are some things I need to offload? Do I need to release the fear of trusting other people to help me? Is it okay for me to ask for help? Like, sis, I know you've been burnt a few times. I know you had a couple of bad experiences with VAs, contractors, OBM, all those different acronyms, all those different people. That's not to say that you can't find the right support. That's not to say that maybe processes are stuck in your head and it's not written out, so that you can clearly articulate it to your support. Either way, it's time for you to make a shift. There's no reason and there's no way that you should be going into this new year with the same practice, operating the same way, and with the same burnout, with the same lack, toiling and worry and wonder instead of praying and working and waiting for God to move in your business while you are taking action. You know, they say faith without works is dead. So there's no reason that you should be stressing and anxious and burning yourself and feeling like, you know what, I need to work 16 hours, 14 hours a day so I can see a return, because that is not going to increase the revenue in your business, right? What it is going to do is, of course, have an impact negatively on your client experience or on your revenue and overall your profits, of course, because if you aren't able to provide the solutions or meet the needs, especially if your business is growing, then you're not going to get the referrals. You're not going to get the revenue. People will talk about your experience because you're tired. So it's time to think about, what do I need to do right now? And what is one thing you need to release right now? Truthfully, something that you're doing in your business that you really don't enjoy, that you really don't love doing, and it's really operating outside of your zone of genius. Meaning, if you are a medical weight loss practitioner, that your genius is working with your clients, educating them, consulting them, calculating their dosages. If you are a mental health practitioner, your genius is working with your clients and couples and things of that nature. But should you be spending long hours drafting emails and doing things of that nature that really you can offload? There are a lot of things that you can definitely offload as a CEO. But you have to do that to make room for you to operate in excellence. Because when you're operating in excellence, you're serving from a full cup. Not only that, you're in alignment because you're clear about what you do, who you do it for. You can show up on a live and talk about who you serve and not look tired and burnt out and broke down because you're exhausted. You know what I mean? You can go out and network. You can have collaborations. You can speak. You can appear in guest appearances. You can do so many things because you have the energy, the vitality, and you're moving in excellence. You're in clear alignment. So, what does it take to do that? You have to make sure that you are in connection, of course, with the right community, and you have to make sure that you have the right coach, strategist, someone in your book of business, your circle of influence, someone that's going to work with you to help you to uncover the gaps in your business, the holes, what you may be doing, what you're doing too much of, what you can delegate, what you can offload, but you need to be doing it with someone. And this is the type of services that I offer to clients: strategies, helping them with structure, solutions, support. What is your next best hire? Really looking in your business, doing a deep dive, even into your sales and revenue. Are there some things that you can revamp, tweak as far as your target audience, your marketing, your messaging, all of that? And I love doing that for my clients and giving them the sense of relief, a renewed hope in their business, a renewed hope in their confidence that they can deliver and move forward and create the revenue that they want to in their business so that they can feel more in love with their business again. So I know at this point you may not be feeling that way, but we'll be talking about more things that you can do this week to fall back in love with your business. So, how I can support you with that? Listen, I am hosting an event December 3rd. It's an intimate experience for women entrepreneurs that just want to generate more revenue in their business. They want to save more time. They want to operate in efficiency in their business. They are ready to embrace the systems, the tools, the automations, and get the strategy that they need to earn more and work less. So if you're that woman CEO or you know someone, tag them in this live below, and I will send out some information for you to join me on December 3rd in Washington, D.C. for the Unshakable CEO experience. Again, it's a one-day intimate experience with boardroom style. Of course, you'll be treated like the CEO you are, so make sure you clear your calendar, show up in your best CEO attire, and come ready to be poured into, come ready to release some things, and come ready to get a renewal of your whole mind and your business and an outlook on how you can redefine what success looks like for you and your business. So I'm excited. I can't wait to work with the women in this room. And again, if you are interested or you know a CEO sister that may be interested, tag them in the slide below or share it with them because, again, we are going into a new year. And when we are building kingdom businesses, we have to be stewards of the businesses that we have been assigned to. And with being a steward, that means you have to make sure that you are not pouring from an empty cup, that you are operating in excellence, that you have the energy, the vitality, the faith, and the tenacity to push through different obstacles, yes, but also serve and grow and get in alignment, get the team, get the support that you need so that you can generate the impact and the revenue so you can operate in abundance so that you can serve and do more with your abundance. Do you see how it all connects? The excellence, operate in excellence. You see what abundance can do in your business. You have the right team in place, you have the right systems in place, you have the right support. So now you can take breaks when you need. You don't have to work 16-hour days. You can cut 8 hours from your week. You can cut 4 hours from your day. Like there's so many different things. Can you imagine just having Mondays and Fridays off or just a Friday off every week in your business and you're not working till 11, 12 o'clock at night in your business Monday to Thursday? It's the ability to know your capacity and build your business around your capacity so that you can fall back in love and do all the things that you enjoy because you've created the time to do so, because you trust to release and delegate and offload. It has an effect. You can finally take a vacation from your business and your doors do not have to close. So it's really about getting the strategies, the structure, the support that you need so that you can build your kingdom business. And that's what I'm looking to do, to help more women CEOs to move away from the burnout and have more of bliss in their business so that they can love what they do. So if that's you, again, comment below if you feel me, share and invite someone to the event. And if not, if you can't make it that day, message me and let's talk about a VIP day. We do that virtually or we do that in person where we walk through your business again, do a deep dive and help you to reduce the overwhelm so that you can operate your business day to day with structure and sanity and then definitely generate your sales. So I'm Nerissa Malloy, your business development and operations coach. And this is a happy Monday, beginning of gratitude week. And tune in for some more. Take care.